This is TechCrunch. There's plenty of uncertainty to go around this year, including a global trade war, shifting policy priorities, and an economy that's starting to stumble. Breakthrough Energy, a climate tech organization founded by Bill Gates, has also been shifting in response. The group always placed long bets, though it appears to be reappraising some of them. Its policy team was scrapped in March, for example, and it didn't continue funding a publication that covered the climate tech world. Still, its investments in startups continue, as does its longest bet, a fellowship program for budding entrepreneurs. Breakthrough Energy Fellows, as the program is called, is announcing a new cohort today. TechCrunch exclusively learned. It consists of 45 fellows at 22 different startups, and its makeup reveals how the program is evolving both in response to its own data and to global uncertainty. Ashley Grosh, vice president at Breakthrough Energy, told TechCrunch, "It's the most global cohort that we've had to date. 50% of the teams are based outside of the United States." Grosh and her colleagues had to sift through around 1,500 applications and referrals, making the program more selective than the world's top universities. 11 teams are based in the US, 6 are in Asia, and the remainder are in Canada, Germany, the UK, and South Africa. Part of the international focus was driven by a new hub for the fellowship program in Singapore, which the organization opened in August 2024 with Temasek, the country's investment fund, and Enterprise Singapore, a government agency. But it's also a recognition that climate change, being a global problem, will require solutions from around the world. Grosh asked, "What are local needs, right? What are the local challenges?" By way of example, she points to the fact that several cohort members are working on hydrogen. In Asia, Grosh pointed out that there's a lot of interest in the hydrogen economy. Circularity, or recycling materials back to their original form, or better, is also a priority for the region, given its role as a global factory and all the waste that entails. The new cohort also has startups working on critical minerals, agriculture, and grid modernization. Beyond its more global focus, the Breakthrough Energy Fellows program has also shifted its curriculum. Based on observations and feedback from previous cohorts, it is encouraging the new group to think early and often about the economics of the technology they're developing. Using a framework called techno-economic analysis, they work with business fellows who are often entrepreneurs with relevant experience and help to determine whether and where their idea can find product-market fit. If not, they'll be nudged to pivot. Grosh said, "We were seeing a lot of companies come in thinking that they're going to do one thing, and then they pivot. They're more venture bankable once we've helped them through that pivot and validated it." Grosh said that nearly all of the teams from the previous 4 cohorts have raised follow-on funding, and one, Holocene, has already exited, adding, "That's a huge measure of success for us." The California State Assembly took a big step toward regulating AI on Wednesday night, passing a bill that regulates AI companion chatbots in order to protect minors and vulnerable users. The legislation passed with bipartisan support and now heads to the state Senate for a final vote Friday. If Governor Gavin Newsom signs the bill into law, it would take effect January 1st, making California the first state to require AI chatbot operators to implement safety protocols for AI companions and hold companies legally accountable if their chatbots fail to meet those standards. The bill specifically aims to prevent companion chatbots, which the legislation defines as AI systems that provide adaptive, human-like responses and are capable of meeting a user's social needs, from engaging in conversations around suicidal ideation, self-harm, or sexually explicit content. The bill would require platforms to provide recurring alerts to users every 3 hours for minors, reminding them that they are speaking to an AI chatbot, not a real person, and that they should take a break. It also establishes annual reporting and transparency requirements for AI companies that offer companion chatbots, including major players OpenAI, Character AI, and Replica. The California bill would also allow individuals who believe they have been injured by violations to file lawsuits against AI companies seeking injunctive relief, damages of up to $1,000 per violation, and attorney's fees. The bill will go to the state Senate for a final vote on Friday. If approved, it will go to Governor Gavin Newsom to be signed into law, with the new rules taking effect January 1st next year and reporting requirements beginning July 1st, 2027. The bill gained momentum in the California legislature following the death of teenager Adam Rain, who committed suicide after prolonged chats with OpenAI's ChatGPT that involved discussing and planning his death and self-harm. The legislation also responds to leaked internal documents that reportedly showed Meta's chatbots were allowed to engage in romantic and sensual chats with children. In recent weeks, U.S. lawmakers and regulators have responded with intensified scrutiny of AI platforms' safeguards to protect minors. The Federal Trade Commission is preparing to investigate how AI chatbots impact children's mental health. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has launched investigations into Meta and Character AI, accusing them of misleading children with mental health claims. Meanwhile, both Senator Josh Hawley, a Republican from Missouri, and Senator Ed Markey, a Democrat from Massachusetts, have launched separate probes into Meta. Lawmakers stress the importance of AI companies sharing data about the number of times they refer users to crisis services each year, so we have a better understanding of the frequency of this problem rather than only becoming aware of it when someone's harmed or worse. The bill previously had stronger requirements, but many were whittled down through amendments. For example, the bill originally would have required operators to prevent AI chatbots from using variable reward tactics or other features that encourage excessive engagement. These tactics, used by AI companion companies like Replica and Character, offer users special messages, memories, storylines, or the ability to unlock rare responses or new personalities, creating what critics call a potentially addictive reward loop. The current bill also removes provisions that would have required operators to track and report how often chatbots initiated discussions of suicidal ideation or actions with users. The bill is moving toward becoming law at a time when Silicon Valley companies are pouring millions of dollars into pro-AI political action committees to back candidates in the upcoming midterm elections who favor a light-touch approach to AI regulation. The bill also comes as California weighs another AI safety bill, which would mandate comprehensive transparency reporting requirements. OpenAI has written an open letter to Governor Newsom, asking him to abandon that bill in favor of less stringent federal and international frameworks. Major tech companies like Meta, Google, and Amazon have also opposed it. In contrast, only Anthropic has said it supports this particular legislation. That's it from TechCrunch. For more tech stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.